Hello, 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 my lovely potatoes. How is everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. I know I am quite refreshed from the weekend. Had lots of weekend, though I had a few technical difficulties. One of my backup hard drive, my backup SSD kind of broke, which is an issue because there is quite a lot of, there's quite a lot of old digital artwork on that one. I mean, I think I still have another one that I might be able to salvage, but I'm not quite sure about that. Let alone that, stuff from 2 years ago might be lost, which is not nice. It really sucks balls. So I kind of have to figure out a way to maybe get that data back without spending a shit ton of money. But that's something I have to deal with in real life. Let's just have our fingers crossed for this one. Still have to do a little bit of stuff here real quick. But I think as soon as this is done, we shall proceed. Maybe not that long. There we go. So, today is the day that we do a little bit of pixel arting. Well, a little bit is an understatement. I hope we'll do a lot of pixel arting, because I want to get done with a tile set that I was working on. So I hope I'll get that done. Even though the dimensions might be a bit off, which I have to... Either I have to scale it up, or I just do it as a little of an Easter egg-ish, or sides, or a different level. Not quite sure how we'll do that, but I'm pretty sure we figure something out. So we still have the Toho playlist from last time, because I just like Toho music. I am a sucker for Toho music, and as soon as I manage to get Toho to run on my Linux PC, I'll be so incredibly happy. I think I've seen a few install scripts for single games. However, upon trying out one on my Steam Deck, I had a little bit of issue getting my controller to work on it. So, I'll figure something out. I really hope that it's just the Steam Deck doing a little bit of a funny. Oof. Tomorrow I won't be able to stream because I have some real life business to handle. Sadly, would love to stream, but well, life doesn't want me to. It seems, which is fine. Business is business. Real life business is real life business. So, without further ado, and before I just keep yapping like an idiot, let's do this. Let's do this. I just really want to get something done today, so let's do some pixel arting. Let me know if the music is too loud, not loud enough. If you like it at all, I really hope so, because Toho music is just bae. Toho music is just the best, in my opinion. I mean, there are also other really good soundtracks, but up until now, no single track in any Toho OST has disappointed me at this point. So, alright, so I got a lot of stuff done. Like, I got a simple stick of dirt. I got a whole dirt platform, some slopes, a thin platform. I even got insides, kinda, for dirt, and some stalagmites or stalactites. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but I thought might as well add that. Another thing we do have is some boxes that I could adjust, at least for what I need them to. I mean, we can just use those as simple breakable boxes and those as the good old... I mean, the color scheme is a little bit too Super Mario-ish. Oh, we could change that. I just really like my dirt texture here. It's just, well, it's a 32 by 32 tile set. And technically we need a 64 by 64, so that was a little bit of an oopsie. Another thing, I added some bushes with and without berries, a little bit of grass. I might actually do a few more variants on that. Bit of a bigger bush, a palm tree, because I thought it would be a nice addition to that. And some flowers, which I just winged. I just made a few flowers. Maybe I'll do a few more, like some yellow ones and some orange ones, just to have some cute flowers on here. What we still do need is tiles for background layers. For example, if we have a part of, if we have some cave in the background, or we need some cave background, I should do that. My technical idea actually was to do parallax backgrounds with painted textures, not just digitally painted but physically painted, because I really like to experiment with that. It can look really nice, especially if you know how to do the whole parallaxing in Godot, which I tried out, though sadly with my backup drive, that little project sadly also kicked the bucket. I basically made a little runner game with a strawberry sprite where you just had to press jump or down to dodge some stuff. Nothing big, just as a very simple runner thing with my own bullshit. Because I wanted to try some stuff out and finally wanted to do something for myself. Or just by myself, to be specific. I'm still kind of trying to get into Godot more than just for graphics, to be fair, but it's just really hard for me to get those to get the data into my damn head. So yeah. That's about it. So what I could also add here, because this is going to be an extra little level, I guess, since the size does not quite fit what we actually need. Whoopsie doopsie. Might as well also add our item blocks. So I think I might just take that row for stuff like that. I also need to figure out a good size for our items, but I'll guess we'll go by for 64 by 64. By the by, that was what I was basing my stuff off, and I added to that with the whole inside stuff here. Now what I need to do is might as well use that as a little bit of a pointer on how to do the backgrounds for this tile set, since that's originally, well, let's quickly put that away, since that originally is based off of a 16 by 16 set. I'm kind of tempted to make it my own for the 32 by 32. There's also a little bit some other ideas from the team that I really want to give a shot when it comes to tile sets. Like they kind of gave me a few suggestions that I can work with. And I think I can incorporate that into this tile set if I'm at least smart enough. But I think I am. I'm not worried about that. So I'm gonna copy that over real quick. It's gonna be a bit too big because, well, I messed up. Wait, I could actually use the smaller version of that. There we go. So that's a 16 by 16 tile set. I think that's from a Bracky's tutorial, though those are, as far as I'm concerned, actually open assets, so probably not by Bracky himself. So maybe we can scale this to, let's link that real quick, 200 by 200. And then I'll just pick out what I need when I need it. Like, I can basically just drop that in here and I have my little boxes. Though I kind of want to do something of my own. I really want to do this my own way. But hey, at least I got a few samples. For example, I didn't think of doing these kind of trees over here, but now that I'm seeing them, I might be able to figure out a way to make them work for our tile set. I move them around now. They're still in one piece. Good. I don't need them right now. I can at least have them show up so I can actually look at them if I need to. So let's make some happy little trees! I mean, I could even go for some multi-tile trees, though I have to I kind of like the way this tree looks, but I might need to cut it a little bit on the foliage. But it really looks so nice. Ah, it's a little bit annoying. A little bit of a eh. So let's see. Definitely need to keep in mind to use the same color palette, else it might not look right. So I think I'll start with the darkest color here, because it's much easier to figure out the rest of the lighter parts when we start with the darks. At least that's how I feel about that stuff. So, and let's use that kind of thing. How's that built? Because I think these are 3 tilers, so that we have a bottom tile, a middle tile, and a top tile. So I might keep that in the back of my head, which also means that I need to put that down 1 pixel, 1 tile. And ideally I want to have it right in the middle. Not too easy, considering that I have to look into that. Like, I have to math it out right there. That kind of sounded like a broken medley. I don't like broken medleys. Kind of like that one. I quickly need a calculator here. Wait, I'm stupid. I'm a little stupid. 32 divided by 2 is 16. So technically I'll need... Wait. I definitely need a background thing. So let's just fill that with a light-ish color. Where did that tree go? Oh! Okay, that's actually not what I wanted. I'll add a group layer, call that trees. There we go. And then I can just add my layers to that. Now I kind of want to try to get the middle of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. So somewhere around here we want our stump. Do we? Wait. Somewhere around here. There we go. That should be the middle-ish. I kind of want to have a bit more tree trunk. I can actually also add an empty tree trunk just for shits and giggles. If I start with that, it should probably be a lot easier to get a full tree going. Also, why the hell is my screen tablet so dirty? Ah! Ba 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 da da ba ba da da da. Not sure if I like that at the moment, but it might look better in the long run. So if we're going for an empty tree trunk, this might actually do the trick. Kind of want to have a bit softer outlines where the trunk is definitely lighter, but I need to go quite light here so it actually looks more like a tree trunk. Kind of like that, but I'll stick with the pixel right there. Should actually do a better job that way. And technically I can put this one right over here, because that tile is unused. Then I can just duplicate that one, doobity-doo. Just plop it down here so I can just add some foliage. So let's see how well I can pull that off. Ideally I want to go for an even ish spread of the leaves. Might even want to go a bit further up. I'm not gonna lie, this is looking already somewhat ridiculous. I don't think we need trees that tall. Wait, if I actually get the width on a better... I think that's centered. It's very important that I actually get the seam right here, so in case we need to actually... I feel like I want to make a little thicker trees and more tree, not just this tiny little stump. Just doesn't feel right. I need more tree. I want more tree, so I'm gonna make myself more tree. Let's try that again. So, ideally I want it somewhat symmetrical. I'll probably make several tile sets, one for each world. I think I like that shape, so I'll just lock the opacity real quick. Thing is, in that small space, it's so much easier. Also, they kind of look like little plant pots, like little planter pots. Kind of like that style. Not happy. It's just not looking the way I want it to. So maybe I'll just make an elongated, a bit of a longer stump. Toho music is just my absolute weak spot. It's really hard to say something against anything Toho, in my opinion. I mean, okay, it's a bullet hell shooter. If you're not into that, I understand it. But the OST! Oh my god, the OST. No, actually, I like that little thing going out there. Kind of lacks that detailed outline that I really like. Maybe if I go like that. Maybe I'll do it the other way around. Maybe I'll do the foliage first and then think about the tree trunk. Else I'll just be stuck. I kind of want to have rounded corners, so we'll just go for, let's go for 3 pixels. Okay, that should be ideal. And I think I actually do have a pretty good brush for that. Let's see. There's actually a foliage brush. I'm not sure if that one's gonna be ideal for this. Probably not. Maybe I'll find another one that works. Maybe this one? Not really. Maybe if I do that? I mean, it could work. It's not quite what I'm looking for. Or maybe it is. Just need to size it down a little bit. Technically, it still kind of works. That's the funky thing. It still kind of connects. As long as the blobs don't go over. As long as they don't go over the tile boundary, it should still work out nicely. Just doesn't work with the rest of the tile set, it seems. So might need to change my approach here. So maybe I'll just go and make a minimum size. Instead of a maximum. Which also means I can cut off a bit of the top. Just add a little bit of blobbage here. I still think this could get a little bit thicker. I like that a little bit more. Let's lock that shape in. Oh my god, that sounds adorable. Kind of sounds like an adorable little anime background song. Remilia's adventures. Kinda adorable. Let's turn down the size of the brush here. And Flandre just causing some mischief. Oh god. That would be adorable. Pretty sure someone already thought of that. Because the Toho fandom is just crazy that way. I'm not quite sure if that's ideal. Like if this still fits together. Because I think I'm a little bit too painterly with that tile set here. So on the other hand, I think it could also make it for a good tree. I mean, maybe this is going to be a bit of a darker tree. Na 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 na. I think now it actually comes a bit closer to that kind of style. Just a little bit more highlights and everything's kind of fitting together, I think. Just feels kind of weird to have that little tree trunk for that much tree. I guess I might overdo it. If I just add more tree trunk. It feels like it's just too different. I'll add a bit more from the lighter. Greens. I might do that on an extra layer though. Cause the tree still looks too nice. I don't want to destroy it. I still like that more. But it's too detailed for those bushes. Choices, decisions. Let's try that differently. Let's make most of this just this darker shade of green. Doing that on an extra layer is really nice. So I can't just break it. Then I'll go over it with a lighter green. I think now I'm actually getting back to that style. Might want to go a bit darker at the bottom. Just a little bit. And that should still work. Alright, we got ads. So I'll have a little break while them ads are rolling. And I'll quickly save, just in case. How am I going to do that tree? That should be done in about 30-ish seconds. So thanks for your patience. I surely am not patient. Come on! I want to go back to pixeling. Alright, ads are officially over. Let's finish that tree. That happy little tree. Well, okay, it's probably not too small. It ain't a little tree, it's quite a bit of a tree. I'll just add a few. Well, a few. It's gonna be a few more highlights since there's a lot more foliage here. Funky thing is, I go with my gut on this one. So if you're looking for pixel expertise, you're at the wrong spot. Most of the time I just wing it. I guess that's part of being an artist. You kind of just try to wing it as much as you can in the hopes it looks good. So I guess I won't have much highlights here. Maybe a few more up there. Could technically also add a little bit of highlight here just by using that mid-tone. And then I'll just go a little bit darker down here. So gotta be careful not to go too dark, because then it might not work with the rest of the tile set. Would be kind of sad. I think that actually works with the rest of it. Maybe I'll add a few more dark spots here and there. Do I want to add maybe a few fruits onto those trees? I mean, I could do... Yeah, that one looks better, but it doesn't work with the rest of the tile set, so I might actually stick with this, just to keep it a bit more simple. Maybe I'll make the darker shapes a bit more blobby to make it work with the rest here. Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah, I think I like it like that. Maybe I'll save that one for a different tile set, because it just looks too good to just throw it away. And then I could just doobly-doop that. And drag it right over for another tree. But I do want to change the color a little bit, so maybe I'll go for a birch kind of look. Which means I'll need a light brown. Maybe a somewhat mid-brown for that. Then a light brown for this. And a pure white for this part. Not sure if I like that though. I don't think I like that. Oh wait, I could technically use these. I think that would be an ideal. Nah. Huh. I think I want to go a bit more in that direction. Yeah, that is actually working better. And then we're gonna try to actually make a similar-ish tree shape. That's actually kind of nice. And that's also somewhat, yeah, that's actually working together nicely. Yes. Maybe I do want to use a bit of a harsher contrast here. And then I need an even lighter green. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Maybe I do want to go a bit more into the yellows. Yeah, I think going into the yellows might be a better call. Like that, so that I'm not gonna cross those lines here. Let's get the ruler out real quick. Yeah, that's still working. This one's close. I think that still should work. Nice thing about trees, they're so irregular they should work always. Now the question is what kind of... I could do that as a highlight. Now this one still looks a little bit different. It still kind of fits. Or maybe it doesn't. I think the color palette doesn't quite add up. So maybe if I change the green. Now we're back at that color palette. Maybe if I go like that. That's too bright. Hey Squishy, how are you doing? How's it going? I'm kind of trying to make a tile set for the jump and run game I'm working on with a few people. It's just kind of hard to make a good tile set. But I guess I'll figure it out. How about that? How about that? Nah, that's too bright. That could work. It's just kind of hard to figure out how tiled trees work. Especially with those tree stumps. I really want to add an extra layer to... Maybe I'll just give it a try. Let's just see how this would look like with an extra color on the outside. Did you do the first one? I did all of this. I mean, to be fair, this is just a very basic bridge scaled up. But I basically did all of this. Problem is that the tiles are a bit too small. So we're kind of thinking about just making it a mini level, so to speak. Thank you. Now I'm just trying to salvage it by making it the best looking mini tile set that I could make. Let's see, what's that looking like? That actually might work. That's still too bright. That could work. Ah, this is going too much into the yellows. Because I'm kind of trying to keep everything in one style somewhat. It's just really hard with this try at a birch tree. Oh, I think I found it. I think I found the color palette. Ah! I think that works. That works at least much better. Sometimes it's really just the tiny things that are kind of getting on my nerves. Alright, let's see if I can find decent... That's too bright, but I can't go into the blues. That looks weird. And that's almost too... Need something somewhere in between here. Because that's definitely way too bright here. I mean, maybe I do need to go bright or a bit more into the yellows. I tell you what, if I'm getting too frustrated with this, I still have a factory that needs a rebuild. But I actually wanted to not procrastinate too much today. I wanted to get something done. Because I've been procrastinating on the pixel art stuff a little bit too long. Gotta admit. I'm going to implement a running jump dodge roll move today, similar to Dark Souls. Ooh, nice. Good luck on that. I hope it works out. Because for me, it's actually figuring out mechanics and how to implement them is still witchcraft to me. Like, that's seriously witchcraft to me. Actually, I feel like I need to at least add a little bit more depth into this. Even if it's just a tiny bit. But yeah, I hope it works out for you. Squish. Ooh. Yeah, I think that actually works. It's still a little bit brighter, but not too bright. Maybe I want to add a little bit more darkness around the sides. Because right now that tree looks kind of flat, but this one doesn't. Actually works. I still need to add a few more bubbly highlights here and there. But from afar, it actually matches nicely. Two kinds of trees should be all right. Maybe I'm adding another bush, just for good measure. So let's have another ads with double D, not 1D. Okay, that sounded a little bit weird. So I'll try to maybe make a few lighter bushes like these. I mean, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I just hope it does. Just need to cut off the bottom pixel because that was a bit of an oopsie right there. And I'll carefully add a little bit of darker parts here and there. I mean, I could just take this bush. Okay, no. Nope. Nope. That sounds too adorable. I I'll just add a few more pixels here and there. Add a little bit of depth. Then we'll go for some highlighting. Maybe with a bit of a smaller brush. Yeah, I think that works. I think I can live with that. Nice. I mean, I could add a few more darker spots around here. Also kind of tempted to add a few lollipop flowers as a little bit of an inside joke. Oh, I'm not quite sure. However, what else do I need? Yes. Some upgrade boxes. Because for now, these are just like breakables. Kinda wanna have some treasure box. Ooh. Wait, I'll add another layer. And technically, I'd need to do them extra. Ah! What gives? It's just for that one level. Kinda want to go for reddish brown. The reddish brown kind of signals, yeah, nah, I'm not giving you anything. At least that's what it feels like. Not sure if I like that. No. Yeah, I'll take that. least want to have it somewhat similar. Kind of nice that those corners are actually working the way they do. So if I go for nah. And then I'll add a orange-ish and a yellow for the shiny part. Ooh, kind of like that. I really do. So let's see if I can make a little bit more out of this. Does that even work, or do I have a number of pixels here that just does not? Because technically it needs to be able to be divided by 3. I got in the middle here. Ah! Wait. If in doubt, just improvise. And try to make it somewhat symmetrical. Yeah, I think I like that. And then I'll go with a brighter color just on top. Ah, this is not quite working. There. Yeah. Then I'll need to add one more pixel here, else it looks a little bit weird. And if I go just completely to the back over here, I should technically be able to at least add a few. Hi! Hi Vlad, how are you doing? How was your day? It's been a while since you popped up in my chat. Short. Oh. Short as in, you were able to go home early? Well, that's nice to hear. Read? You know what I mean. Does not quite work. That should be better. Yeah, it's been a while since I last saw you in my chat. How dare you not come here for that long? Was busy with writing Cyberpunk PNP and also don't have Twitch on my browser favs anymore. Excuses! Typical. Nah, it's fine. You've been busy. You've been a busy bee, so you are excused. Kind of want to add a few more right pixels here. Let's see. Yeah, that actually works. Might have overdone it with those stripes there. Not sure. I'll just keep it in. Just in case. Let's make some signs. We'll have ads in about 3-ish minutes. Just so you guys know. No, that's not brighter. Kinda wanna try and get a somewhat decent wood optic in here. Yeah, I think that should suffice. I want to do more! Nah, I actually like that dark-ish border on this. Kind of want to have a bit softer of an outline here. If possible! If at all possible. Let's see. Yeah, that works more. That works better. Then maybe another one with dark-ish wood. Could technically just copy that one over and just change the colors. Let's see if I can actually make that work. I'll need to change a lot of the colors though. So let's make that dark as hell. And we got ads. See you in 3 minutes. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tired. But I want to finish this. I'm stubborn that way. Oopsie. Time for me to stretch a little. Ah. Oh. Alrighty, that break's over. Technically, I don't need to do that much. Wait a sec, I could actually use this one. Question is, do I wanna... I think I want to go from dark to light, do I? So I want to make that actually pitch black. Then I go to this one and make this that color. And then I want to try selecting these. And then I'll just add the highlights the way they were on that side. Which isn't much. Nah, I think that's fine like that. Yep, still looks like a nice sign. What else do we need? Oh. Not happy with that chest. I'm really not. Well, let's make a few more background thingies. Maybe a bit more foliage. Hey, Monkey Skull! Nice to see ya! Where have you been? I missed you. Working! How dare you! Actually doing your job. That's what they call it these days. I see. Who doesn't hate their job? Let's be honest. What am I doing? I'm currently working on a tile set for a jump and run game. I don't think I like that. Let alone that I might want to use an extra layer just for this. Kind of trying to make some interesting tile sets here, though this one's a little bit too big. Yes, exactly, like the mustachioed man. Yes. It is basically for the game for the mustachioed man. Because he really likes what we're doing. The problem is this one's actually a little bit too small. However, we already have an idea on how to get around that issue. Not really happy with that. Because I really don't want to go too big with the grass. So I might actually try to get that around the same size as the other one. Yeah, that's a bit nicer. Much better. Maybe even some bushes that have a bit of a different shape. Or at least one bush with a different shape. Just a bit of a shame that this is too small, because I really like the way it's turning out. Would have been nice to have this as the tile set for the first level, but well, I guess I messed up there. Oh man. Alright, let's do some background tiles. Probably should have gone for a group layer there. BG tiles. So my reference is this tile set, kind of. It's the main idea. Let's put it like that. So I kind of want to try something similar to this. Why is this? Alright, now it's snapped to the grid. Good. So I kind of want to try to get maybe into that direction, but maybe with a different color palette? Maybe? Let's start with a nice blue sky. So what we want to have is I might want to actually figure out if I can snap that stuff to the grid. Let's see. That should be under no, under settings, stalkers, and grids and guides. And I think I can snap to grid, so that's kind of nice. Technically, I just need to make one of these, and then I can just use gradient maps to... Oh, right! I could actually just make a white to dark gray one. That should already help us make the rest just with a gradient map. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's give that a shot. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, dang it, then I have to do it by hand. Just made lunch. Ooh, what you having? What's the noms you're having, monkey? Okay, then I'm just gonna go with white and then get into grays. Now the question is, how do I want to make this work? How do I want to transition? Open face Sammy, sunny side up eggs with pepper jack and ham. Ooh, that doesn't sound too bad. I mean, to be fair, I have a bit of trouble with cheese. My co-workers are jealous. Lil. I kind of want to wait. Might want to try to do that on an extra document, because then I can just use the wraparound mode to have my view a little bit eased. Width 32 by 64. Create. And then I can just do this, and then I'll show grid so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Go spicy always. Did I miss a stream? Yes, yes, you You missed the stream. You missed all the streams. What the hell is settling? No. Not sure what you did there, monkey. Alright, so we're going from white into a mid-ish gray. Holy moly. Okay. Then I'll turn on... Can I do wraparound mode in just one direction? I think that's possible. Wraparound mode horizontally. So I'm just seeing the horizontal lines. Nice. I'll brag on your chat about it. I mean, if you want to brag about your busyness, can give it a shot. You might be out busied, though. Nah, not really. Nope. I want to do one of my own. I'm just not sure how to. Have a good one. Time to brag. Lol. I mean, that could look interesting. Just not as nice as this. Nah, that's also not working. I'll add another layer. Where's my opacity so low? Maybe I'll just make small clouds. Okay, that almost looks like a car. Ooh, I think I like that. I think I do like that. In no specific order, here's what I did this past week. State fair, steakhouse, Magic the Gathering with friends. Ooh. I never understood Magic the Gathering. I'm too stupid for that. D&D, sushi restaurant, mini golf, board games, and sure there is more. Damn, that's a lot in 1 week. I would probably already run out of steam at half of this. Seriously. If even less. Like State Fair, I at least need 1 day to recover from that. Though depending on what's at that fair, I might have a lot of fun. So let's see if I can actually make that work. So let's just merge the visible. Packed. My god, all my different friends. I went to State Fair twice with 2 different groups. Holy moly! Do I even know that many people? I mean, I probably do. My issue would probably be at some point I would just go like, yeah, I've already been there. How about nope? Alright, let's copy and verify, and let's see how that actually looks. We do all the things. Yeah, I'd probably be a bit overwhelmed. So let's doobly-doop that. And just try to shove that down here. Usually get asked and my answer is always yes. I mean, if you can do that, my respects. I probably have a little bit too much. I think I actually need to push that up 1 pixel. Come on. Yeah, that works. And then I copy that over another time. There we go. Up. It's always just by 1 damn pixel. Come on. All right. So that's gonna be the really dark one. I know it doesn't quite look that way on the sample, but it'll make all sense once I start the gradient map stuff. I can actually push that one down another tile. Yeah. I can definitely push that down at least one tile, so let's do that. Yeah. Wait. I see a wild pixel. There we go. Now, technically, I could just maybe group that together. BG1. Then I duplicate that. Turn that into BG2. So just throw that around here, and then I can basically just use a filter mask to use gradient map. Oh, there was a bit too much. Actually wanted that in here. Now that could work, but we can still fiddle around with the colors here. Like, I could go a little bit lighter on here. Maybe push that out a bit further so we have a bit more contrast on that part. I really love gradient mapping. It makes things so much easier when you just have grayscale stuff and then you're just throwing in the gradient maps. It's just so nice. So that's already a really nice sunset. Might want to add a few more tiles downward, maybe. How's my snack game looking? I do have snacks, but since you already had lunch, you get none of it. You already said you had lunch. Now you have to live with it. You did it to yourself. No snacks. Okay, let's duplicate that. No snacks for you. You already have lunch. Oh no. Oh no. Don't cry, monkey. Alright, let's have another gradient. So maybe a blue to purple, but then I actually wanna... Does it make more sense if I go blue to purple or purple to blue? Ooh, I like that one. I like that gradient already. Don't even need to change something. Why? Oh, why do a streamer do this to him? Well, you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself, monkey. It's all your fault. Yeah, I really like that. Maybe also have a green background for potential water. Oh, God. Thanks, Squishy. BG4. And making this is super easy once I got my grayscale done. So I could go for ooh, nah, not quite. Is that a banana? Oh no! Oh no! Don't eat Squishy! Don't eat Squishy, please, monkey! Nah, I don't like that. That's pretty basic. Ooh, that's also really nice. Don't eat him. Don't. Be a good monkey. Don't eat the banana. Good monkey. No eats the banana. The banana might bite back. It's squishy anyway. Oh boy. Alright, and let's do maybe a night sky background. Oh, that's already quite dark. EG5. Alright, let's see if I can actually find a good gradient for night sky. I mean, if push comes to shove, I'll probably make one myself. That yellow doesn't quite work. And I might need to put that the other way around. Oh, I think that works rather nicely. That's a lot of background. Though I might need to do them in 64 by 64 as well. So I'm just gonna save that as 32 x 32. Like the blue pinks, very you. Yeah. It's a nice evening, or yeah, nice evening kind of sky gradient, and that's more like for the mornings, I guess. All right, let's just... No, image. Scale the image to new size. And now we actually need 64 by 128. I'm a little bit tempted to just go along with this. What terrain are you? Huh? Can you maybe elaborate? Cause I'm a little bit confused right there. I would say I'm the night sky one. At least I kind of like the night skies. Maybe I'll add a little bit of a... You dark, you're goth. True. I kinda am. Ooh, that now that looks like a little whale. And I like it. I think that cloud's a bit too big. I'll keep the whale part of the sky as a little Easter egg. Might as well also I'll just quickly save this. I really do like that that tile set. It has to repeat. It has to fit together, so you can just put it on the background and it'll still look nice. I mean, if push comes to shove, you can even put 2 tiles of a full color there to stretch out the sky a little bit. That one up there was a pain in the butt to actually make work. But I still need to do the special blocks. The whole upgrade blocks kind of things. And I need some water. I has to hydrate. And I'm not super happy with that chest. Now what I do like are those blocks here. Maybe I'll try another block just for shits and giggles. I have another idea for a block. And that actually might be kind of funky. Because it works with the characters. So bear with me. Because I think this idea is absolutely great. Or it might be. Let's do that blue here. Might not quite work out yet. Maybe if I just play around with the width of the lid here. Will not bear with you. For I am a Of course you are. So since you are a monkey, you also don't have the right to bear arms? Is that what I'm hearing? I really need a soundboard, especially with the ba-dum-tsh. Because my jokes are that bad. Only monkey arms. Exactly, Squishy, exactly. You only have the right to monkey arms, but not to bear arms. How the hell does this look so off-center? I have no bear arms. Ah, I see. They hold only bananas. Okay, okay. So you don't like carrying around bears? So you rather have banana arms? Squishy little banana arms? Is that what you're saying? Yep, that works nicely. Alright, then we go for that blue. Might actually need to use a few dithering brushes. I can barely carry one. Oh well. I knew it. You have banana arms. Squishy little banana arms. I knew it! Alright, let's see if I can do that without it looking kind of weird. Maybe a bit of a darker blue. Nope, I need a blue. Okay, maybe that is a blue. Fine. And then a lighter blue. Right here. Ha. Ha. And I might want to go for a little bit of a brighter gray here. My secret is out. This is why I need you to feed me snacks. I will wither and perish with my monkey arms. Aww. Poor little monkey. Needs to be fed. Someone wants to volunteer? Feeding the monkey? Nope, too bright. Might actually extend that carefully though. Doesn't quite look right. And then I'll need to actually add one without the lid. As an empty kind of tub. Yeah, it's basically a tub. And for that, I might just add a little bit of a black rim and then add a lighter black, a bit of a dark-ish gray. I think that's more accurate on top. Just to see that there's something missing. Might as well. Oh, we got ads. I'll quickly just take one of these. Then I'll wait for you on the other side in 3-ish minutes. In the meantime, I should probably stretch. Ah, my back. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Ah. Crackledy, crackledy. Doesn't look right in that way around. I'll fix it. Oh god, that also means that I have to do all of this again. 64 by 64. Hell yeah! That's gonna be fun. But I'm not gonna do that chest again. It's just, it doesn't look right. It looks like a botched app icon or something. Maybe I also want to do a few more flowers. I'm not sure. Oh well, ad break's done. Luckily enough, I can just erase parts of the filter since this is just a mask. Though I'm not quite happy with the gradient. I might need to change a little bit. Properties. Let's turn that around. That might actually be a bit too much. So maybe I can just get rid of a few steps along the way. Ah, now it's a red one. I could actually also Not sure if that's gonna look good, but maybe with a question mark on top, it might actually be clear that you're supposed to get your upgrades from that. Maybe? Do I like this? Let's push that a little bit more into the middle. Nah. I'm not sure if I like it like that. Maybe? Maybe I should go for yellow. No. Now that actually works. Wait. That works even better. Maybe I do wanna add... Nope, nope. No red for it. No red, extra red. It might be a bit too much. Just a teeny tiny bit. I'm also not quite happy with the yellow question mark. How does it look like with black? Black looks a bit too much. Ah! I'm not 100% happy. Maybe I'll just keep the question mark out for now. Pretty sure I probably need to make an extra little tile set or sprite set just for for items. I'm pretty sure. I might even need to. Well, that's specific for the 32 by 32 thing, I guess. Problem is, I'm starting to get a bit tired. Like seriously. Wow. And I actually wanted to stream more today than just 3-ish hours. I kind of like where this is going. I just need to do this in 64 by 64 as well. Whoops. Shit happens. You know what, guys? I think I had a day. I think I had enough day for today. 3 hours? Yeah, about that time. Yep. I think today is just a 3-hour day. I can't do more than that. I hope you're right. Yeah, I need that stretch. You're right, monkey. You're absolutely right. I need that stretch. Alright. I had enough day for today. I mean, I did a whole... I finished the tile set, kind of. Could probably do more, but this is already really nice, the way it's looking. Thanks, Squishy. I really hope you had fun. Even though it was pretty chill. Loving the pixel art. Ah, thank you, monkey. Thank you, thank you. I won't be able to stream tomorrow because I got some stuff to do, some IRL stuff, so we might see each other on Thursday again. Not 100% sure about that though. Might need to check. But I'll see you then. I hope I can stream on Thursday. Would be a bit meh if I couldn't. Until then. Bye bye.